December 26, 2004, a date etched in sorrow and silence. It began like any other morning in Banda Aceh, Indonesia. Fishermen prepped their nets. Children played by the shore. Families gathered for breakfast. The ocean shimmered with tranquility, offering no hint of the devastation brewing beneath its surface. But beneath that calm, at precisely 7:58 a.m., the Earth shifted. A massive undersea megathrust earthquake, registering a magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3, struck off the west coast of Sumatra. It lasted between 8 to 10 minutes, making it one of the longest and strongest earthquakes ever recorded. The rupture was so powerful, it caused the entire planet to vibrate slightly. The seafloor jolted upward, displacing an unimaginable volume of water. In the deep ocean, the tsunami traveled at jet speeds, over 500 miles per hour. To the untrained eye, it was invisible, just a ripple. But as it neared the shore, the wave rose, transforming into a towering wall of water. Minutes later, the ocean began to recede. It pulled back unnaturally far, exposing coral reefs and fish flailing on the sand. Locals and tourists alike stood in awe, many unaware that this was a deadly warning sign. Then silence, and then came the roar. The first wave struck with apocalyptic force. Buildings collapsed like toy blocks. Entire streets disappeared beneath the churning flood. Families were separated in seconds. Survivors recall hearing only the sound of screaming and water crashing through everything. Banda Aceh was hit within 15 to 20 minutes of the quake. It bore the brunt of the tsunami's wrath. Over 167,000 people in Indonesia alone were killed. The town of Mulabo lost over half of its population. Entire communities were wiped off the map. But the tsunami didn't stop there. It radiated outward, striking coastal areas across Thailand, Sri Lanka, India, and even reaching the east coast of Africa. In Thailand's popular beach resorts, vacationers enjoying the holidays were caught in the chaos. Over 5,000 people died there, including thousands of foreign tourists. Sri Lanka lost over 35,000 lives. India, another 16,000. The numbers are staggering. More than 230,000 people across 14 countries perished, and millions more were left homeless, their lives shattered beyond repair. The aftermath was catastrophic. Bodies were strewn across beaches. Waterborne diseases threatened the survivors. Infrastructure was demolished. Roads were impassable. Communications were down. The dead couldn't be identified. In many cases, they couldn't even be counted. Humanitarian aid flooded in from around the world. Relief agencies mobilized. Countries sent soldiers, medics, food and water. Temporary shelters were built. Children orphaned by the disaster were taken in by strangers, and yet nothing could replace what had been lost. One mother in India held a photograph of her child and whispered, "He was only 6. He loved the sea." Amid the despair, stories of unimaginable survival emerged. One girl in Sri Lanka clung to a floating door for hours. A man in Banda Aceh was swept nearly a mile inland and found days later in a tree. Their stories became symbols of human resilience. But rebuilding was a monumental task. Entire cities had to be planned from scratch. In Banda Aceh, an international effort led to the reconstruction of homes, schools, and hospitals. But the scars, both physical and emotional, remain. Today, memorials stand where lives were lost. In Thailand, a tsunami warning system has been installed to help prevent a tragedy of this magnitude from happening again. Education campaigns teach residents what to do when the ocean pulls away. The 2004 tsunami not only reshaped coastlines, it reshaped lives. It was a reminder of how quickly everything can be taken, but also how the human spirit, when tested, can rise from the ruins. For those swept away, their names live on, in memory, in stories, in the hearts of those who carry on. May we never forget the day the sea turned against the shore.